First up, longtime entertainer Andy Dick recently returned home to the stage where he learned his craft right here in Chicago, and I was able to get a one-on-one with this uncensored jokester. Cover your ears, kids. He has stolen the show in countless films, television series, and comedy clubs. He recently stole the show once again at the place where it all began, the I.O. Chicago. And I received an exclusive interview with this comedic genius.
Together with Mr. Andy Dick.
So did you know you always wanted to be a comedian?
No, and I'm not a comedian.
You're not?
No, I'm an actor. I like to do that one-man show you just saw. That's not stand-up comedy by any means.
What was it?
I don't know. It's more like performance art.
I used to be an improviser here at Improv Olympics, so you were like the legend.
I was. Yeah, well, me. What about Chris Farley, Mike Myers?
No, just you.
No.
Tell us a little bit about your background here in Chicago.
Well, I actually went to high school in Joliet.
Okay, that counts.
Yeah, that's it. Well, then I moved to Chicago and lived here for 5 years. But during my high school years, I would take the train up here every weekend to take classes at first I took them at Second City, and then I moved over and took them at the Improv Olympic, and I got to go on stage almost immediately. And that's where I learned. When you're on stage and you're doing it in front of a live audience, you learn real quick what works, what doesn't work. So one of the things you mentioned in your set too was you used to be a tour guide. I was a tour guide at here in Chicago, not one of the ones on the buses, but in the water tower. And then I would be on a microphone and talk to a group of like 5 or 20 people. Do you make up stuff? And I made stuff up. I don't remember what I did, but I did make stuff up. Did you? I really did.
What do you love about Chicago?
It's the windy city. No, I like, it's so warm. For as cold as it is, it's such a warm town. Everybody's so, you're from Chicago?
I am.
And look at you, you're so sweet and nice. And maybe it's because the city is so cold that everybody feels like they have to be so warm and snuggly. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I like it.
The Olympics may come to 2016 Olympics.
I heard
what do you think about that?
This.
And what sport would you be in if you could?
I would be in the kiss throwing event, just like that.
Before Andy left, I got to meet his special opening act. You don't seem old enough to have a son this age.
I'm 43, and Lucas just turned 21.
So tell me, you're kind of opening up for Andy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever we do any gigs, I'm the opening act.
So how'd you swing that one?
Well, we were hanging out one day, and he said, "Well, we're going on the road. You're opening for me. Get material together." That was it. That's how I started doing stand-up comedy.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
Good times continued with iconic Chicagoan CHARNA HALPERN, who taught Andy and so many other A-listers the true meaning of comedy.
He's fantastic. I'm just so impressed with him. He's just himself. He's so present in the moment. Those are the notes I gave him.
You still give him notes?
Oh, yeah, I give notes.
Andy learned it all here. So if you want information to go to your website, what is it?
IOimprov.com.
So IOimprov.com. If you want to learn about this, I know this is how I started, and Andy learned from the best. And now look at him. And among others, you have so many famous people here.
Okay, Mike Myers and Tina Fey, them all of them. And you could be the next star. Let me get my hands on you.
Hi, my name's Andy Dick, and you're watching 24/7 Chicago.